Hi everybody, welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're going to have a quick look at the idea of linear search, which is an algorithm we can use to search a data structure, like an array, for a specific value. Okay, so for example, let's say that we want to search this array here for the value 2. Okay, so let's loop through the array. We'll say nums.length. And if the current element in the array that we're processing is the same as the number 2, we're going to do system.out.println found. Okay, so let's run the algorithm and see if it works. Oh, it does work, but it says it does it twice because we've got 2 here and we've got 2 here. If we've already found what we're looking for, we certainly don't want to waste time by searching, by continuing the search. We really want to stop. So in a for loop sample, why don't we break? If we find what we're looking for, let's break out of the loop. Okay, so that's one solution to linear search, using a for loop. Now what we could do as well, let's look at a different example. I'm going to call a function which is going to process it's going to search an array for a value. This is our search item here. Okay, so let's call this function, give it the array, give it the search item, and it will return the index of the search item. For example, if I'm searching for 2, it should return the index 0. Okay, so let's design this getIndex function. It processes a integer array. I'm just going to call it vals, and it processes an integer. I'm just going to call it search item. Okay, so this is vals and this is search item. Now let's think of another way of doing this. I'm going to set up an integer. I'm just going to call it index, doesn't matter what you call it, and I'm going to assign it a starter value of -1. Now remember, -1 is not a valid index number in a Java array. Indexes start at 0 and increase in value. So this is not a valid index number. This is going to indicate that we didn't find what we're looking for. Okay. Now let's also, this time we could use a for loop. Let's just do it using a while loop. Okay. While our control variable I is less than vals.length, we're going to go searching. If vals I is the same as the search item we're looking for, I'm going to update the value of index. It's not going to be -1 anymore. It's going to be I. That's the index of the number in the array. Okay. And when the while loop, we also need to make sure we increment I, or we're going to end up with a infinite loop. And when the while loop has finished its business, we're going to return index. Okay, so take a moment to think about how to do linear search with a while loop this time. Now let's go back to our main program and let's just evaluate index. If the thing that was returned is the same as -1, it means item not found. Else, we found the item at that returned value. Okay, so let's run the program and see if it works. We've got an error somewhere. System.out.println. What have I done wrong here? System.out.println. What's wrong there? Oh yeah, it's not a comma in Java, it's a plus sign. Okay, let's run that again. Item found at index 4. Ooh. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I really wanted it to stop there. Okay, so what's the solution to that? Again, if we find what we're looking for, we could do that break trick to break out of the while loop. Okay. Item found at index 0. What we could also do is, if we find what we're looking for, let's just return I. We don't really need to do this. We could just do this. Okay. And when the while loop is finished, if we didn't return I, then we're going to return, well, we're going to return -1. We could just say return -1. Okay, so let's run that again. Okay, so that's a very brief introduction to linear search. You'll see a variety of forms of linear search using for loops or while loops or return statements, break statements. But if you get the concept, you should be able to solve a problem using linear search. Now, what a lot of people ask about linear search is, what is the big O notation for linear search? Okay. We can see that big O notation for linear search is ON. Now, why is it ON? It's because in the worst case scenario, the element that you are searching for is the nth element, right? So in the example that we've got here, n is equal to 5 because there are 5 elements. And the worst case scenario, if we're looking for 2, is we go to the very end of the array. So we have to do, in our loop, we have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iterations to get to the value that we're looking for. So the big O notation for linear search is O to the n. There's something to think about.